Hi, wonderful members. Good to see you again. Today I'm going to do a little video on Microsoft Priva, and a little disclaimer, actually. I filmed the very first section of this probably a good month or so ago now, intending to complete it there and then, but I didn't. And when I picked it up to film the rest of it today, I realized why, actually, and I explain why in the video. Priva's pretty annoying, actually, but have a look, see what you think. I don't know how much use it's going to be. All I get out of it really is that it's expensive for what you want to do, and I've used up my trial for it. So I try and go over the newer features of it in as much ability that I can, but I think it's one for the future, to be honest, and I need to figure out how I get better access to it and set something up a bit more diligently. I feel like I've been a little bit, not so much lazy, but had less time recently because of my day job going absolutely bonkers to set up proper demo environments and spend the time on those and get them ready for you. So if that's felt lacking in recent times, I do apologize, and I will try and make a New Year's resolution to do a bit better on that as we go forward with video content. The wish to explore and share these new features is always there, but Microsoft sure don't make it easy at times. They really, really don't. But anyway, before we get on with the video, senior members will know that, or most of the senior members will know that I've set up a WhatsApp group now that you can all join. I've invited to that group and you've all joined. Hey, those of you who have joined and engage with me there, as many that I knew how to get in touch with. But if you're a senior member, and I know there's a couple, at least 2 or 3 on there that I've not been able to track down in a way that I can communicate with you, do check out the post that I shared about joining the WhatsApp group if you'd like to. I mean, it's not mandatory, but it's there if you want it. And reach out to me on LinkedIn is probably the best way. Find me on LinkedIn and say, hey, that's me, because a couple of the YouTube members have very random names, and it's not obvious how to get in touch with you. But thanks for all your support, senior members, and indeed all members. It's never taken for granted. I appreciate you so much. Right, let's get on with the video, and we'll come back with a brief summary. Hello, my lovely members. I am delighted to be back with another members video for you. In this video, I'm going to talk all about Microsoft Priva, which is kind of part of Microsoft Purview. It's certainly in the new Microsoft Purview portal, but it's all about privacy, risk management, and subject rights requests. It is something I've covered before, either on this channel or back in the days of Cloud Conversations. I quite can't remember which yet, but I have covered it, and I'll try and find the links to my first videos on the subject. It'll have come a long way since then, especially because it's part of the new portal now and it's got additional features. But I did have a request from one member, one viewer recently, to cover a bit of Priva again. So let's dive in and take a look and see what, if anything, has changed since we last looked at it. So I'm already in the Purview admin center, or the new Microsoft Purview portal as it's called. I'll have to get used to calling it that. And this is where you find Priva. Obviously, you need to be logged into the Purview portal as a suitable administrator. I'm in here as a global admin just for the purposes of easy demoing, but you really need to be in as the appropriate level of administrator. So where do we find Priva within the Purview portal? If we go to Solutions and go down into the related portals section, we can see Microsoft Priva now technically has its own portal. It still comes under purview.microsoft.com and then /Priva. So you could get to it that way, quick and easy if you wanted to. But here we are in the new Microsoft Priva portal. Very fancy looking shield logo there with some people on it to represent privacy or privacy, no doubt. So what have we got here? Safeguard and respect privacy at scale. Supported cloud platforms for Priva are Microsoft 365, Microsoft Azure, Microsoft Fabric, and other cloud platforms. What we have here are the main applications that are part of Priva. Now, I'm already seeing some new things here because when I last looked at Microsoft Priva, all that was available at the time were privacy risk management policies and subject rights requests. So these things here, consent management, privacy assessments, and tracker scanning, these are new to me. So we'll take a look at these and see what they are all about. Below this, on the Priva portal here, we can see related portals. So we've got Purview, Entra, and Fabric. And we've got some solution insights here where we'll be able to see some quick dashboard statistics and data if and when we got things set up. So some privacy assessment content and how many subject rights requests we have and so on and so forth. So without any further ado, we'll dive in and we'll take a look at some of these Priva solutions. So lovely members, in the spirit of honesty, that first section you just watched, I filmed probably a good couple of months ago, intending to finish that video and do it quicker than I have. So I'm picking up where I left off from that first section. I'm in the Priva portal again. It doesn't look to have changed anything from that first one that we looked at. So let's pick up from where we left off. Before we do, I'm going to go to trusty Copilot, and I've just asked it a question which was, what's new in Microsoft Priva, as you can see? And what have they introduced? Several new features and updates recently. In November, clarified behavior of teams, tips, and related alerts in data transfer policies. So let's check out what that means. Are these all relating to item number 1? Yeah, there's only one link to all this in terms of what is new. So let's take a look at all that as well. What have we got? Teams, tips, and related alerts in data transfer policies. What does that mean? Let's open that one up. Define outcomes, user email notifications, and teams tips. The outcomes page of the policy creation wizard is where you can choose to send an email notification or tips in Microsoft Teams to users when they perform an action that matches a policy's condition. Okay, that makes sense. I can go along with that. So data transfer policies in privacy risk management. Let's just remind ourselves about that. Transferring personal data presents risks, blah-de, 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 blah-de. So these policies are going to be set up to prevent transfers from business devices to personal devices, I am presuming or recalling. So yeah, that makes sense. In August, we had updated privacy assessments now support the attachment of files to question responses. So you get the gist of it. We've got some what I would call tweaks, iterative improvements rather than anything quite major as far as I can see going back over the last few months. But as I always say, the best way to explore this is to click on the tiles, see where it gets us to. Let's go from the left across and see what we've got. What is this going to do for us? Create flexible and reusable consent and preference models to support multiple privacy regulations. If we click onto that, what are we going to get? Now, from the first Priva video that I did many moons ago now, this is looking very, very different. And we can learn more about this as we go. So create consent models for multiple regions, for specific countries and regions, and add translations for each language you want to support. This is required. This is create a consent package, add completed consent models. So this is all revolving around consent for privacy, generate SDK for easy deployment, create categories for tracker consent models, highly recommended, publish your consent model package to your websites, required, match your consent models to your brand. So in here, what we need to do is we need to create a consent model. We need to create a model layout, and we can create a new publishing profile, which and then we can get some reports on that, and then consent models by status. We've got nothing in there at the moment. So let's go down past the overview and see if we've already done anything in here. Consent management, models and layout. We've got nothing in there at the moment, but we can create a new consent model. We've got packages and publishing. We can create new packages in here for consent. We can do profiles. We can do websites. as well. So this has clearly come a long, long way since I've looked at this, and it had so much less in there. And we've got a reports dashboard as well. So solutions, I think, is going to take us right into the full range of Priva features that we have. So what did we have when I first did this? We had subject rights requests, and we had privacy risk management. So they were the two things that we had at the time. The other three are in preview. So let's just have a little explore. And as you can probably tell, I literally have no idea what I'm doing here. So what is a consent model? Let's explore and see how far we get. Go away, irritating error message. A new consent model, tracker consent. What's this? Data isn't available right now. Try again in a few minutes. That is very, 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 very helpful. Okay, models and layout. Let's go back. Yeah, fine. Consent model. So what did I do there? I tried new tracker consent, generic consent. Okay, we've clearly got some issues here, and I'm going to think that it's probably to do with licensing. Do I even have a Priva license on here anymore? So if I go to create a new package, oh, hello, what we got here? So I can create a package name, my package. Okay, description, name should be unique. Okay, so fine, my package, Peter. Okay, is that just a warning? Okay, Peter's package. Yes, I'm aware that sounds a little bit rude. So the model type, a tracker consent or a generic consent, let's just choose a tracker consent. It fetches the model type details. Nothing like learning as you go, eh? And I don't know if has anyone else done anything on Priva on the old YouTube? The last time I looked, I hadn't really found much in the way of Priva content on there. It's not, to my knowledge, that widely adopted yet, and it's probably because of licensing. While that's fetching, let's just go and we'll use this screen to go into admin.microsoft.com, and let's go to users, active users. Let's just find me. That's me. What licenses do I have? What have I got? I've got Business Premium, I've got Copilot, I've got Fabric. And you need a Priva license, which I am going to say that I don't have anymore. Marketplace. Let's go into Marketplace. Blah, blah, blah. Can I search the Marketplace? Picked for you, Discover your hobbies. Looking for see all Microsoft products. Okay, thank you. Let's search for Priva. Okay, Viva, not Priva. Okay, I'm not seeing any Priva. Is this because I don't have E5 on this particular tenant? Let's just test that theory. I'm sure that's not true because I'm sure I've had Priva on this tenant before. All right, in my other tenant, let's just prove or disprove this theory. Let's go all products. Let's just search for Priva in here. Blah, 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 blah. Viva. Interesting. I do not see how to get the Priva license. Okay, let's switch back. Let's just go back to my Copilot that I had open. And let me just ask, how do I get MS Priva licenses? They never make things easy, do they? Ensure your organization has the necessary subscriptions. Priva solutions are available for organization with E3, yeah, E5, and E1, E3, E5, blah, 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 blah. Purchase licenses. Getting started with Priva. If you decide to purchase, let's go to the actual page, see if this is going to learn about a free Priva trial. Set up a trial, Priva portal, hang on a minute. Was it right there in front of me? Let's go back to, come out of that. That's still fetching, and it probably will do if I don't have licenses. Let's go home. Let's go to trials and recommendations. View all trials and recommendations. Discover more insider risk, adaptive protections, Priva trials. All right, I've got a trial has ended, and I can view my purchase options. I'm starting to recall why I abandoned this video the first time now and decided I was going to come back to it. And it was the whole Homer Simpson analogy of something's that hard, it's probably not worth doing. What? What is Compliance Manager Premium Assessment add-on? £410 add-on license a month or a year? Get out of here! I ain't doing that. I love you all, but I'm not doing that. Let's just try and figure out what we can do with Priva then, within the scope of the license that we have. Let's just try and understand what it does rather than show what it does. So I think we've got an idea of what consent management does. Let's have a look at privacy assessments and the other new feature, the tracker scanning. So privacy assessments, let's get a feel for what that's going to do for us. Learn about creating and using privacy assessments. Can I play that? I can't even play the video. Let's go through it. Build a questionnaire to access how business activities across your organization are using personal data. Okay. Create a risk framework. Customize the risk factors that contribute to overall privacy risk to help measure a risk exposure. Set up privacy rules. Okay, so you've got to go through creating assessments and give yourself a name for the assessment. Looks like I got this far before. Hunt one, blah, description. Let's go next. Something went wrong. Of course it did, because I haven't got the licenses because they cost a bloody fortune. If I'm missing something obvious here, if there's experts way more on Priva than I am here, tell me please what I'm missing. But I need permission. Yeah, okay, fine. Privacy assessments preview, tracker scanning preview. Have we got an about? Have we got an about section on what these do? All right, let's go back to trusty Purview and try and understand this from a more basic standpoint, shall we? This is very disappointing. I feel like I've let you down. But hopefully it gives you an idea of what you can do with this grossly overpriced feature that you can probably do a lot of with e-discovery, to be quite frank. This is very niche, very, very niche, in my humble opinion. So let's go back. What are our new features? We've got consent management. What does consent management in MS Priva do? Question mark. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, what does it do? Helps organizations manage, stay still, consumer consent for data collection and processing. Some key features: customizable consent models tailored to your organization's needs, whether for cookie tracking, other types of data collection, implicit and explicit consent. System supports both implicit, which is opt-out, and explicit opt-in consent types, allowing you to comply with various regulatory requirements. Centralized management. Consent management provides a centralized platform to publish and manage consent models across multiple regions, ensuring consistency and compliance. Tracker categories. You can set up tracker categories and to automatically associate them with your consent models. Streamlining the process. Custom layouts. The tool. Oh, whoopee. Custom layouts. Wonderful. Let's click on the old link and okay, so how to access it, roles and permissions. Some roles, so it tells you here what you need. Privacy curator can do certain things and the reader can do less of certain things with read only, of course. Understand the overview page. Tracker consent models you build. In consent management, rely on the tracker categories you set up. So your tracker categories have to be set up first. Then you do the consent management. Create a consent model and an optional layout. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So that's consent management. All right. So it all seems like it's fairly well linked, to be honest. The tracker scanning seems like it's fairly linked to the consent management as far as I can derive. What do privacy assessments do? What about privacy assessments? Question mark. All right, Priva's privacy assessments, currently in preview. Help organizations automate the discovery, documentation, and evaluation of personal data use. Privacy assessments automate the process of discovering where personal data is across your organization. You can create customizable questionnaires with an assessment base by the looks of it, using templates, or build them from scratch to suit your specific needs. Centralized management. The assessment management page allows you to create, view, and manage all your organization's assessments in one place. Role-based access, different roles such as privacy curator, we saw that already. Compliance tracking, yeah. Privacy assessments. Did we go through that one? Did we look at that one yet? Yeah, we did, didn't we? An assessment, yeah, we did. That's the one we did. The only one we haven't looked at was the tracker scanning, I think, wasn't it? So there you go. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there because, quite frankly, can't really do much more. So yeah, that was a bit rubbish, wasn't it, really? I hope you didn't feel like your time was wasted on it. I felt very disappointed with what I couldn't show you about Priva, but I wanted to have a good play with it myself, and I'll try and come back to it. Maybe it's via the MVP community, maybe I can get some better access to it to give more meaningful demos, but they're sure not making it easy. I ain't spending 470 odd quid on a trial just for a demo. Not for anyone. I love you guys, but I'm not spending that much just for a demo. But what did you think? Let me know. I'm underwhelmed. I think that there are going to be other and easier ways to do some of the things, like subject rights requests. I mean, was one of the original features of Priva. I think if you put your mind to it, you could do that in e-discovery without having to pay extra for a license. I think that, dare I say it, and I don't often say this, and I never say this lightly, there's probably third-party software options that are going to be better and more defined and road-tested and more economical maybe than going for a Priva in this case. So maybe you look third party. Time will tell. Want to keep an eye on. Right, let's wind it up. Christmas is coming up. I'll be working, as I record this, it's Saturday the 14th of December. I'm finishing work on the 20th of December. Videos may be sporadic over the Christmas period. If I get bored and I get the opportunity in between Christmas and New Year, we may get some videos, but it may well be that it's the New Year before anything meaningful comes on the channel again. But senior members, we've got the WhatsApp chat. So if you want to join that, if you're a member already, think about upgrading to senior. Whatever membership level you're at, it's always appreciated. Thank you so much for all your support. We'll wind it up there. Take care, stay safe, travel well. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Bye-bye.